my babies who I love so fucking much. And welcome back to my channel. I know I was gone for a minute, but look, I gave y'all 2 videos. Y'all cannot be mad at me. I gave y'all a vlog, I gave y'all a story time, and now I'm giving y'all something that is so hard for me. This is very much out of my comfort zone, and I feel like after this we are solidified as family. Like, it's no leaving this relationship. We together forever. We're locked in, because now y'all really getting to know me personally, and I don't even open up, not even to my niggies. I don't open up to nobody. The only reason I'm doing this is because, for one, y'all have always supported me, so I try my best to give y'all what y'all want. And for 2, more than probably 50, like, no lie, people have told me, whether it's in person, some of my clients, or people write me on Instagram, people write me on YouTube, like, can you tell us more about you? Like, we want to get to know you. Like, you know, I do my story times about my exes and shit like that, which I'm gonna drop another one soon because I love y'all, and I might just do another story time. But I don't open up. I'm a Leo, and I feel like we're very protective over our feelings and our emotions because they are so strong, and especially words really hit Leo women very fucking deeply. Like, you could physically hit me, literally, and bruise my body, and I'll get over it the next day. If you say something to me that really hurt me, I'm gonna keep replaying that shit for years. Now, if a random hater on a comment says something to me, I promise y'all, I do not care, literally. But if somebody I actually care about, that I have love for, says something hurtful to me, that shit really sticks with me. Like, I'm tough as hell, I'm gangsta as fuck, but I'm also very sensitive. Like, and this is me opening up, and I don't do this. I promise y'all, I do not do this. I'm sensitive in a sense when I really care about people, but at the same time, I have such thick skin when it comes to, like, general people in the world. Like, people, you're ugly, you look like a man. Well, that shit never hurts me. I don't go home, I don't cry, I don't even think about it later in life. Like, words does not. But when I care about that person, I promise you, it hurts the shit out of me. I would rather physically fight my friend than my friend to say a low blow to me or anything like that, because now I feel like, damn, I gotta cut you off. So I trained myself to just always protect myself. Don't give nobody a chance to say anything about me. I don't open up to people. This is even in relationships, and this is one of my biggest problems. I don't open up. I only had one boy really in my life that I ever really opened up to. I don't open up to people. I barely open up to my own fucking grandmother. Like, I don't open up. I could go through something. I could go through a trauma. I could go through anything, and I'll sweep that shit to the back of my mind. I don't think about it. I don't talk about it. I feel like that's what used to hurt me growing up, because it would build up more anger in me, but I thought that it was helping me, just like sweeping stuff under the rug and I talk about it, but it was actually hurting me. But you know, now I'm older and I'm in a very happy place in my life, so it's not hurting me no more. But I mean, it's always good, I guess, to talk about things. It's just very hard for me. Like, this is so hard for me, but like, I try my best, like I said, to deliver and give you guys what you want, because y'all have shown me nothing but love. Like, y'all guys have shown me more love than a lot of people in my fucking life, and that's sad, but it's true. Like, y'all really love me, and I love y'all too so much. So it's like, you know, y'all ask, I'm gonna bring it. Y'all want to know more about me, y'all want to know my story. I don't like talking about it. Like I said in my last video, if you didn't see it, I'm gonna repeat myself again. I don't like talking about the things that I've been through, because I overcame them already. So even, this is just a word of advice, if you're still going through stuff, it's no point in talking about it really, because all you're gonna get is sympathy. Talk about what you overcame, so maybe you can motivate somebody that's still going through it. While you're still in the struggle, to talk about it is pointless. And now that I overcame it, I still don't talk about it. So it's like, I need to take my own advice. I don't talk about what I've been through, but I do talk about where I am now. A lot of times I'll say things like, I came a long way, and that's what's making everybody say, yo, like, tell us your story. Like, you know, I'm always here to motivate other women. That's what I stand for. So it's like, if women want to know my story because maybe they still might be going through and they want to get motivated, I'm gonna tell my story. I swear to God, like, this is hard for me. I don't really talk about this. Like, I swear to God, it's hard for me. Like, I got niggas that I used to deal with that's probably gonna watch this and be like, yo, like, I never even knew that about you. Like, you was so strong when we was together. Like, yeah, I sometimes don't understand how I went through so much and I'm still smile every day, but I do. So I'm gonna start, I guess, from when I was born. You know, I was born by the river in a little tent. No, let me stop, for real. I was born August 15th. I guess everything was good. I mean, I can't remember up until I was like 2, from what I'm told. I was the baby at the time of my family. My mom has a lot of kids. It was 7 of us that was raised together. At this time, I was the baby. So at this time, it was 6 of us. So I was 2. I was the baby. The oldest, he was 11, which is my brother, my oldest brother. He's my mom's firstborn. My mom had him very young, like 13, 14 years old. So they was always like this. My brother, my mother, the rest of my siblings always felt like he was the favorite. I mean, that's her first son, her firstborn child. She went through everything with him. I'm not here to really bash my mom or nothing like that. I love my mom. We got over things. But this is just, again, me telling my truth, or from what I know, from what my whole family told me, because like I told you, I was a baby at the time. But from me growing up, what I see myself, my brother, it's her heart. Everybody knows that her firstborn, which is expected. I mean, your firstborn is. That's why I be saying sometimes, like, I be scared to have another baby, because the way I feel about Germany, like, Germany is my fucking princess, and I would never want to favoritism a kid. Or sometimes it goes the other way around. When people have a baby, they favoritism the baby now and forget about the firstborn. Sometimes they firstborn is just they fucking heart, and because they went through everything with the firstborn taught them love, taught them everything, and they have other kids and just still favoritism they firstborn. Like, it could go either way. So I'd be scared sometimes to have the baby. But I mean, I'm not mad at my mom. I'm 2, going on 2. I was like 1.5 something. My mom, I guess 24, 25 or whatever at the time. We all got taken away. I don't know exactly what happened. It took all of us. We all went in the system. I was somewhere in North Carolina, I know, for a couple years. We was with a family. My older sister and brother. All right, it's very complicated. We all got split up. Like, we all went to different families and different group homes and different foster kids. So I ended up with 2 of my siblings, my brother and sister. So it was 3 of us went to one family. They took us 3. Everybody else got split up. The house that we was in, okay, I was with my older siblings that are 2 years older than me. So they was 4. And they remember everything that happened in that house. And they used to tell me the story. I was a little baby, so I don't really remember this. I was going on 2, or I was 2, I don't know. But they said the people would leave my diaper so shitty. I was shitting up my back. They wasn't feeding me or them. They was beating on them. They wasn't beating on me yet. I guess I was a little baby, but they was beating on my brother and sister. They was starving us. My diaper was so bad. I was getting rashes. My siblings vividly remember it. I was a little bit too young, but they was 4 and they still vividly remember what was going on. I think somebody in there was beating, touching, and stuff like that. My brother, my oldest brother, the one that's close with my mom, he was going to group homes. He was running away. I guess he's old enough at this point to understand what's going on, obviously. I don't know. I was a baby. I just know we all got split up, and my brother Troy was just in the streets, like, from then. He was in we all was in Staten Island when we got taken away, but he stayed in the streets of Staten Island. He was running the streets. My brother went to jail for a really long time. I'm not going to speak about what he did, but he did something very, 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 very bad. So he was away from us for years. I think it's because he got taken from my mom. I mean, obviously, and he's very close with us. So we lost the oldest sibling now. Even though we was all split up, he was more of like our protector. And he was in jail. So then my grandma was looking for us, my mother's mother. She was looking for us. She did not stop. She was able to get me, one of my other siblings, not even the ones that I was in my group home with. She got It's just so confusing, and I'm trying to make sure y'all are following me. She got my mother's oldest daughter, which is her second born. So it's my brother, and then it's a girl. My grandmother was able to get that girl, which is my oldest sister. And then my brother that came after her and me. She was only able to get us. I guess she was only able, I don't know. I was a baby, but she was only able to get us. She tried to get all, she wasn't able to. But luckily, my two siblings, the twins, they went with their grandmother from their father's side. Me and my oldest sister and the brother after her went with my grandma, and then the twins went with their great grandmother. Okay, y'all following me? I would hope so. So my oldest brother's in jail. We went with my grandmother, they went with their grandmother. That makes 6 of us. My little sister, she wasn't born yet. Remember I told y'all 7 of us. She wasn't born yet. But yeah, once I got with my grandmother, my life was so much better. I went with my grandma when I was 5. She got full custody of me. I was no longer now in group homes and stuff. Now I remember these things, definitely. I remember around the time she got me. I remember having to go to court. I remember being in the last group home I was in, and it was not a fun experience, obviously. I mean, most foster parents take you for a check. They don't give a shit about you. It's very rare that you're gonna find a foster family that really cares about you. Like, especially, not to say it like that, but a black family, it's sometimes very hard. So yeah, I know I was with a black family. They was just really dogging me out. So once I got with my grandmother, it was very good. But being that she took my mom's kids in, she had a big house in Staten Island. We was living in that house at first, and it started getting hard for her now financially, because she has her own kids, for one. My grandmother has kids. It's my aunt, who's not even that much older than me, because remember, my mom had us very young. My grandmother had her at 15, so everybody's very young. My grandmother's still having kids of her own at this time. She's young. It's not like my grandmother was an old grandmother. And even her mother, literally, this is like, I could literally ask my grandmother for the newspaper article and everything. My grandmother's mother was in the newspaper for being the youngest grandmother. Well, I'm not going to say in the world. I don't know if it was in the world, but it was definitely in America or in that region. She was the youngest grandmother at the age of 26, because she had her firstborn probably 11, 12, I don't know. And then my grandmother had my mother 15. Well, she had her on her 16th birthday. So this is young parents. She was not no old lady. Yes, she's my grandmother, but my mother had me young. She had my mother super young. My mother's her firstborn, so she's a young lady. She just had a baby, which is my aunt. My aunt was the same age as my brother. Look, it was a lot, but whatever. She got kids of her own, and then she took in some of my mother's kids, so it started getting hard for her. So she had to get on welfare, do what she had to do, and they placed her in a projects in Harlem named Lincoln Projects, and that's where we moved to. From then, I mean, we was in the projects, but I was happy. Like, I didn't care. I was happy. Like, I was with my siblings, and you know, I started kindergarten and stuff like that. I went to elementary school. Now, my dad was never really a deadbeat. My father was like Ross, so he would come and he was very strict. Well, I was his baby, so I was still the baby at the time. My little sister still wasn't. No, my little sister was born when I was 5. She probably was just born, but she wasn't living with us. So in my grandmother's house, I was the baby, and I was the favorite, and I was the spoiled one. But we're gonna get into that later. And he would like come and really discipline us. Like, I didn't understand some of the things he would do. Like, he would make my siblings fight. He would make us do stuff. Like, he would take us on a train, make us stand between the tracks on one leg until we get our balance. He made me climb a mountain when I was 5 years old. My father literally took us to Central Park. No harnesses, no nothing. Made me climb. I'm 5, bro. Made me climb a mountain. But my father was trying to teach us, like, stamina. By the time I started high school and stuff, I was a fucking animal. My father done trained me. My father used to do, like, martial arts. My father was just a beast. And he was, like, in and out. But when he was in, he made sure he did what he had to do. Took us all shopping. Took us out. And then I probably won't see him for a really long time. And he would go back, you know. And it didn't really bother me, because when he was there, he was so good. And my father would sometimes be on the news. My father would sometimes be on the run for a really long time and have to flee to other countries and stuff like that. And I didn't really understand it when I was younger. Like, my grandmother would keep me from it, but it was one time literally, and like, I'm gonna try to look this up. Well, it's probably, this was like 2002, but I'm gonna try to look it up. My father was literally on Everything I Love with my daughter. My father was literally on America's Most Wanted, and we was all in the living room watching TV. We was watching America's Most Wanted, and I seen my father, and I was like 7. I was like 7 years old, 8-ish, and I'm like, yo, why is my dad on America's Most Wanted? So now that I'm older, I could say my dad was a hitman. I'm old enough now to understand. My dad was moving a lot of probably drugs, shit like that. Now that I'm older, I know, but as a kid, I didn't understand it. And I know what he was a hitman. So my father would get paid lots of money, go do it, and have to flee. And take care of us, come, drop a bag, leave. Like, and do what he got to do with his kids and leave and go on the run or whatever the case was. I put 2 and 2 together now that I'm a grown woman. I know what it was, and I can speak about it now because it's already done. Like, there's nothing nobody can do about it. But besides my dad being like in and out, it didn't really bother me as a kid too much, or I didn't realize that it was. He went to jail big time once and had to do like a big stretch, and I just remember him always writing me letters and stuff when I was little after the whole America's Most Wanted thing. And then he would get out, like he would find his way out, like really escape and get out and cross the border. And I don't know, my father was just a different breed, like seriously. So it was that, and my whole elementary school years was good. I was always in talented and gifted class. I always got straight A's. I was such a good kid. I was so smart. I would always want to pay attention in school. Like, I was a really good kid in elementary school. But I had a little bit of a mean streak in me a little bit, and I realize now that I'm older, I think it's because my mom, like, she would come see me, but I just felt like she don't love me. Like, that's just how I felt as a kid. So I used to just feel like a little bit neglected from my mom, but luckily I had my grandmother, so I didn't realize. Now that I'm older, I realize the reason I was being kind of a bully and being mean in school is because I probably was like missing the love from my mom. And you could kind of say my dad, like, me now having a kid, I would never do, not to judge, I mean, I don't judge my parents, I forgive them for everything, but I wouldn't do the things they was doing right now with Germany. I wouldn't do anything with me having Germany that's going to jeopardize me going to jail or losing her for the rest of my life. That's just what we not doing. So sometimes it's kind of confusing to me, but like I said, I'm not here to judge. Everybody makes mistakes, whatever, granted. But I feel like that's why I was lashing out just a little bit elementary. Like, I was a bully on the low, like sneaky. Like, I used to do little mean shit to people, but I was overall a really good kid. The teachers used to tell my grandma, like, she's so smart. She's gonna really be something one day. Like, that little girl is smart. Like, I was spelling 15-letter words in kindergarten. Like, I was really a little baby genius. Elementary school was good. I mean, I had my first little fight in 5th grade. Yo, I was just telling this story on my live. Like, I was doing a story time live. Some of y'all probably seen it. I don't know, but when I had my first fight, 5th grade, I beat the girl up so bad. I was feeling myself walking around like I was that bitch. Like, yeah, nobody could beat me up. Then, if y'all watch my story time about my ex that was gay, his sister, remember I told y'all, his family and my family had beef. My 2 siblings that I lived with had beef with his siblings. Me and his sister fought. That girl beat the shit. I'm talking like, yo, I could do a story time on that shit separate. The way she beat me up need its own video. Like, that girl, I'm talking, bounced on my head. Yo, she was sitting on me. Everybody was like, yo, just get off her, please. I couldn't breathe. Like, she really squished me like a pancake, bro. Like, she flattened me the fuck out. Like, did y'all ever see Don't Be a Menace? When they stomped him out and he was flat, yo, that was me, because she really squished me with her butt like Rikishi in WWE. Like, this girl beat me up so bad. Oh my god. Like, she had her butt on my head and everything. And I was so skinny in elementary school. So that kind of a little bit opened a door that I was not scared of nobody after that. Like, if I could fight fucking Respucia and I was the size of Norbit, I could fight anybody, bro. Like, I was not scared no more, no none of that. So she opened like the door for me going into middle school, because that happened right at the end of the school year. I think it was like the last week of school. This girl beat the hell out of me in front of the whole school. I was so embarrassed. So it's like, after that type of embarrassment, nothing else scares me no more. Like, who gonna embarrass me? I already got embarrassed so bad in front of the whole school and got squished like a fucking pancake. now I was just like the big bad wolf. Like, I don't care no more. Nobody scares me. I fought the biggest one in the school and I still wasn't scared. So I didn't care no more. So now I started a middle school called Thurgood Marshall on top of IHOP. That's when I started a little bit changing as far as fighting, smoking, being bad. Well, I smoked my first blunt in 8th grade, but smoking, being bad a little bit. I was still I started kind of failing classes because I started cutting class, being in the bathroom. I started a little bit getting bad, like not bad, but I was still good. Like, I don't know, I can't explain it, but like I was in some gang, what was it called? FSU, I think it was FSU, fucking shit up. And we used to just like, if we see somebody else from FSU, we just start slapboxing, like fighting in the hallway, like. And then to beat FSU, you had to fight somebody. So I had to fight this girl named Paradise in the bathroom. I won, so I was able to beat FSU. Like, that was the little bad things I was doing, but I was still like paying attention to school. I would start a little bit cutting class, just a little bit. Nothing that was getting back to my grandmother. I mean, I got suspended about twice in middle school, 3 times, probably for some bullshit, for a fight or something. That's when I little bit started getting bad, but I wasn't that bad. I still was a virgin. I wasn't really that fresh, nothing like that, but I was a little bit bad. But I did graduate. It was like medium bad. Once I got to high school, oh shit, it was literally over. Something really bad happened to me. I'm definitely not gonna talk about on here, like, because I'm not ready mentally. I'm not ready to speak on that with anybody, but something like really bad happened to me. And that just, the only reason I'm even bringing it up is to say that's what really like changed me as a person mentally completely. I was just like angry. I was fighting my brothers. My grandmother didn't understand what was going on with me. I was smoking heavily because I was like, I was just on some like, fuck life, I don't give a fuck, anybody could fight, I'll go to jail. I was fighting cops. I didn't give a fuck. Whoever the little girl that my grandmother thought I was just changed completely. Like, completely. Like, I did a full 360. I mean, I had dark moments all my life, but that was like really bad. And the way that the stuff happened to me was like, from trusting people, I started blaming myself at the time. Like, yo, you got yourself in a situation, that's your fault for trusting people. Not like, no, that's their fault for being those type of people. I felt like I was blaming myself, and it's just a really long story that I don't want to get into because I don't speak on that to anybody in this world. So I'm just saying that to say that's when my life did a full 360, and that was in the very beginning of me being in 9th grade. I was 14 years old and it was just up. So I was just out of control. It's no controlling me. Like, you would have had to put me on Beyond Scared Straight and I still wouldn't have gave a fuck. Like, I would have fought all of them. I would have been punching COs. I was not scared to die. I wasn't scared to get beat up. I wasn't scared to get cut. I wasn't scared to get shot. I had no fear in my heart. I still don't, but now I think twice because I have a daughter. But then growing up, I had no fear. I had no sense of thought. And especially, like I said, it was people that I trusted so much. So it's like, damn, like I just didn't know who to trust, who to even talk to, if people would even believe what the fuck I'm saying. So I just shut down from even like talking and to people and just try my best to deal with it. But it just brought so much anger in me, especially that it was just like, I just don't even want to get into too much detail. I just know it really changed me completely. So my whole high school year, it was just up. I didn't give a fuck. I'm talking like, I'll be nice and stuff, but one little thing, I promise y'all, I was a ticking time bomb. Like, and I wasn't scared. Like, I wasn't scared no more. I didn't give a fuck. I was just angry. Like, I had so much anger in me, and I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, I was just fucking angry, and it was just over. Like, I don't want to get into that. I was only bringing it up because it's a big part of where things changed completely in my life. Like, fuck everything else I've been through. I feel like that was the most traumatic thing for me, and because everything else I've really been through wasn't traumatic. It was more manipulation. Like, my mom would tell me, yeah, I'm coming this day, and don't, like, stuff like that. But nothing really traumatic really happened up until that point. That was like my first real trauma, and I didn't know at that time how to deal with it. Like, I didn't, because I was still a fucking baby. I was 14 years old. I didn't know how to fucking deal with it. So how I dealt with it was just, it was up with the world. Like, I just didn't give a fuck. Like, a nigga could have a gun in his hand, and I will argue with him. Like, what you gonna do? Shoot me. Like, I will argue with it. I just did not care. I was fighting cops, school counselors. I did not care who you was, authority. None of that shit scared me. I didn't care no more. It was just up with the world. Females was the least of my worries. I didn't give a fuck. A bitch would get done ASAP. Like, a girl couldn't say 2 words to me. I was a bully. I was mean. I was ready. I was on go. Me and my friends was jumping, fighting, cutting. Like, I was just so dark at that time, and it just led me to a lot of places. So, like, back then, if you miss school, like, consecutively, back to back, you'll get an ACS case, because you're still a fucking minor. I'm 14, so I would start cutting school, because then after a couple months later, I got my first boyfriend. If you watch my psych ward video, him, that's who I consider my first boyfriend, first everything. Like, I got him a couple months after, when I, like, you know, got a little bit normal enough to even conversate. He kind of used to enable it, because he was a street nigga his damn self. So if I'm fighting or something, he's not gonna really, yo, why you out here doing that? He's gonna enable it. Like, he's probably gonna jump in, you know. So it's not like he was a perfect example for me, but, you know, he tried sometimes. So around that time, I was getting a lot of ACS cases. So I started dealing with him. He would make me cut school a lot, because he, like I told y'all, if y'all watch my psych ward video, y'all will understand. But I used to go to his house. We used to cut school, and I used to get, like, a lot of ACS cases. I would go smoke with him, get high, because that's just how I used to deal with my emotions, smoking. And he just always had weed, so I would just rather not be in school and just be with him smoking, not even caring, like, to go to second period just to get the attendance. So the ACS cases started building up so much, I had to start going to second period just to get the attendance, and then I would leave. From ACS case after that, you get a PINS warrant. They can literally take you, put you in a group home, because they feel like your parent is not doing enough to make you go to school. And I didn't feel bad at the time. Now I do, because my grandmother was such a fucking good parent. My grandmother was strict. Like, my grandmother is young. She's not old. She was very, very involved. And I would still act like I'm going to school and leave. Even if she could literally physically drop me to school. It was times my grandmother used to come and have to sit in the class with me in high school. You know how embarrassing that is? Just to make sure I stay in school. Because it was nothing that she could do. I'm gonna leave. I didn't want to be in school. I just didn't want to be around people. I started getting real introverted. And I just didn't want to be around nobody. And I started kind of clinging to him. But he was more so the devil. Like I told y'all in that video, he was much older than me. So he would manipulate me sometimes. And he would hurt me too, and I was already real hurt at the time. So those would lead to me having to go to group homes, stuff like that. My grandmother was, like I said, very active. She would try to take me to therapy, see what the fuck is going on with me, because she didn't even know what was going on with me. I never opened up, I never spoke, none of that at the time. So she didn't know what was changing me, like, what is wrong with you, like, is it the friends you with, like, what is going on? She didn't know that I was hurting deep down, and I was going through my own stuff, because I don't, like I told y'all, I don't open up about stuff, like, I really don't. So she was confused, and she was just trying her best to just figure it out, and, like, nothing was really working. Hitting me, beating me, that's what it first started with, because she didn't know I was going through stuff. She just thought I was just being rebellious. Like, yeah, you think you fucking grown, you ain't paying no bills. And I understand that, because I wish Germany fucking would. That wasn't working. From then, she's like, yo, like, what's really going on? Maybe I should, like, let's go talk, like, let's go get help and stuff like that. That didn't work. I'm ending up in psych wards. I'm ending up always getting locked up all the fucking time. My grandmother had to come pick me up from the precinct all the time. If I could count the amount of times my grandmother had to get me from the precinct when I was a juvenile, ridiculous. I'm going to jail. They trying to take me, ACS, group homes, running away, going back home. Yo, I was just out of control. And I feel bad now because it wasn't my grandmother's fault at all. She did everything she could do, and it's like, yo, she took me in and she didn't have to. But little did she know at the time, when it was at the moment it was happening, what the fuck I was really going through. Now, ninth grade, the ends of the ninth grade, I don't think I was dealing with him no more. I met this boy that's from, all right, so my mom's block. My mom ended up started staying in the shelter with my little sister, because my little sister was born when I was 5. My little sister never got taken away. All the rest of my mother kids got taken away except for my little sister. She never got taken away. So my little sister, my mom was staying in the shelter on 129th. And instead of hanging out in Lincoln Projects, I never really liked it there. Never. I was always hanging out on 129th Street. That's like the people that I grew up with. That's the people that I like. That's the people that I cling to. Like, I called them my family. Like, I was cool with the people from over there. And they had beef with the block that my grandmother was staying on. Big beef at the time. Like, major beef. I was always staying on 129th. And then I started dating this boy or whatever. And, like, he was, like, the first boyfriend. And this is why I had clinged to him so much at the time that I ever had, that did not, never verbally abused me. Never. And we was young. Yeah, we was babies. But I was mature for my age. And he was too. Like, we was in the streets. It's like, it's different from being young and not knowing anything, and being young plus street smart plus smart. Like, we was young, but we was grown at the same time. Like, he never disrespected me. We never really got into an argument. He used to cheat a little here and there, but if I find out, I would never see the same girl twice ever in my life. Like, that was the only little thing he ever really did. Cheated like twice. But we was just everything. Like, we was like best friends. Literally. Like, being that we already grew up together, I knew him from a kid. And then, like, once we started dating, it was just like a breath of fresh air for me, because I was going through so much. Like, I was going through so much. And this was like the first boy that I felt like, damn, like, I could really trust. Like, he never disrespected me. His family loved the fuck out of me from day one. Always said, like, yo, it's something about her. That's your soulmate, blah, blah. Even though we was young, his family just always loved me. They showed me mad love. He had a mother and a father. I didn't have that. And they just always showed me so much love. And, like, I was, like, really clinged to him. And he was clinged to me. Like, we was so clinged to each other. Like, especially that we was growing up basically on the same block. So we was together every single day. And it was just like I said, like a breath of fresh air. Like, I was just finally a little bit in a happier place. But fighting was never going to change about me. I was still always fighting. So I was still get kicked out of school. Everything like that. I got kicked out of the school that I was in, Bread and Roses, the one I did in 9th grade. I forgot to mention that. And now I had no school. Every school didn't want me. My transcript was fucking terrible. I wasn't getting really accepted to no schools. My grandmother didn't want to put me in a school in Harlem because all my problems was happening in Harlem. So I ended up in some school all the way downtown on Wall Street at the World Trade Center. So far. Like, Mom, if I wasn't going to school right down the block on 135th, what makes you think I'm getting on a train and going all the way to Wall Street? You got me fucked up. So I was really cutting when I got there. Like, I'm not going all the way down there. So I would go right to his house, spend the whole day with him. This was my second boyfriend, but this was, like, really my first boyfriend, because I can't even call the first one really love. That was more manipulation. This was, like, really my first puppy love, real love, like, love of my life. Like, never, like I said, never, ever disrespected me. Never, ever. Like, he treated me so amazing at such a young age. I couldn't understand it. Like, and we was just, our bond was just ridiculous. Like, we was really best friends. Like, best friends. Like, he used to not enable my negative behavior, always the positive. Like, you're not gonna be out here fighting. You're not doing that. Like, a bitch even tried. I'm talking, his father is coming, fighting for me. His stepmother's coming. Like, yo, it was real love at a young age. Like, everybody knew about us. Like, we was really an item. Like, that was my forever nigga. I was his forever bitch, period. So, yeah, I started cutting that school. I was in 10th grade now. Cutting that school all the time. Like, I'm not going all the way down there, Ma. You got me fucked up. So, I got another ACS case. I'm going to court. They got, like, basically you could say it's a probation officer, but as a juvenile, you don't call it that. I had, like, a counselor. They kept suggesting job corps, but I was only 15. So they like, oh, you turn 16 in the summer, you go in a job corps. It's not up to you. It's not up for debate. It's mandatory. The court is sending you to Job Corps. I'm like, oh my fucking God. But I knew I had to wait until after my birthday because you have to be 16 to be in Job Corps. So now I'm just wilding, drinking, smoking. Like, I know I'm about to have to go away. I didn't even really tell nobody. My boyfriend, like, we was together for a minute now. He starts changing. Like, and I'm telling him, like, yo, you, like, whatever you doing, you need to stop. Like, we could just be together every day. You don't have to be in the streets. You don't have to be doing this. Like, I'm trying to talk sense to him. Next thing you know, I get a fucking call that he just got shot. Mind you, like, I started getting so emotionally and mentally attached to him at such a young age that I felt like without him, and he felt the same way though, it was mutual. We both felt like, yo, without each other, like, you know those real puppy dog relationships, like puppy love relationships, like we was really in that heavy, like we was so attached to each other. So when they said he got shot, I just couldn't, like, I didn't know if he was dead, alive, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I was just angry. You had bitches on Facebook acting like they, yo, it was just too much going on, acting like they there for him, like, not my boo, like, girl, please. So now they have him handcuffed to the bed because the detectives came and arrested him from the hospital. He ended up bailing out, but then he had to end up going back. Long story short, he got sentenced to like 2037. So I'm back now feeling like fuck the world. Like, I just don't give a fuck now. Like, I just didn't care no more. Like, I was there for him, you know, the whole beginning, but it's like I had to go to Job Corps. Now I was supposed to go to Job Corps right after. This happened like a month after I turned 16. I'm going through the paperwork process and everything like that. When he got shot, I said, I'm not fucking going. And when he went to jail, I'm not going. My mind said, you know, I'm still young and in love. I'm gonna be there for him. I'm not, fuck Job Corps. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. But like I told y'all, it was not up to me. It was mandatory from the court. I had to go. So they ended up shipping me away. I went to Job Corps. I started changing a little bit. I got my little hotel license. Ended up getting kicked out a week into me having my high school diploma because I was in there selling fucking K2. A little bag fell out. Mind you, I was about to graduate in 1 week. My teacher seen it. I told her, miss, please do not say nothing. Like, you know I'm about to graduate in a week. Only me and you seen it. Like, literally, it was only me and her. It was like 3 people in the class. But I was all the way in the front, sitting in the front of the class, being a good girl. A little baggie fell out the bag. I begged her, please don't. She got on the walkie-talkie, started calling security. Do y'all know I took a fucking plant and hit that lady in the head? That's how fucking wild I was. Because why would you do that? Why would you do that? You know I'm about to graduate. It's a little ass bag of fucking, not even weed. Why would you do that? Like, that shit really hurt me. Because now I'm about to fuck just going, getting kicked out of Job Corps but not getting my diploma. I'm going probably to jail. And you didn't have to do that. So I hit the bitch in the head with a plant. Yes, I did. With the plant bottom, the bowl. Hit her. Boop. I didn't give a fuck. Ran out, went, dumped everything. Like, I was just in such a fucking dark place. Like, the love of my life was in jail for years. And I was just in a dark place. Like, so from then, I got kicked out of Job Corps. I came back home. I only needed like 2 more credits to graduate though. That's the only good thing because I got so many credits in Job Corps. I was in there for about a year. So I was about to graduate. Like I said, I was already done. So I only needed 2 credits more. So I just went back to school, finished those 2 credits, got my diploma, and I went straight to hair school. And then once I went to hair school, like, relationship wise, I was still getting in stupid relationships. Like, my next one was the one that was gay. He hurt me. Every relationship after that, I just been hurt. And I was just always clinging still to that one person because that's the only person that literally never hurt me. And we was kids and never hurt me. Like, and I would just, I guess I was looking for love in like wrong places. I was kind of lost. And then I found myself and I found my calling really when I really took hair seriously. Like, I really started taking it serious after hair school. I still was in the streets a little bit. I was doing little shit I wasn't supposed to do. I went to jail a lot more times after that. I was fighting a lot more times after that. I was fighting 2 felony cases at the same time in 2014. 2013 or 14. This is 2014. I quit my second felony in 2014. 2 felonies. I had about, at that time, I remember specifically on my daughter, when I was in court, my lawyer was talking to me. She was looking at my rap sheet. She said, I'm not gonna say my government right now because y'all ain't ready for that. But she said, you got 21 convictions. Yeah, they might be misdemeanor convictions, but 21 convictions, 2 open felony cases. You're out on bail. What are you doing? You're a female. She's like, you're too beautiful to be sitting here fighting all these cases. You got battery, you got assault, you got forgery. Like, I had so many different things on my rap sheet, and she's really sitting here going over it with me. And I'm seeing how many mugshots I got. And in every picture, look at how beautiful you are. Like, what do you do? And I really didn't have nothing to say because I can't tell her what I really do because I'm going to have another fucking case. I'm just like, I do what I do. Like, I mean, I can't explain it to you right now. And she's like, yo, you're a beautiful girl. You don't have a talent? And I'm telling her, like, I mean, I could do hair. But, I mean, I got my hair license. But, like, nobody want to come to me. Like, at that time, I just felt kind of worthless. Like, I felt like if I do really start doing hair, nobody's going to come to me. Like, let's be real. Like, I've been so neglected and, like, everything was taken from me so much that, like, every time I got my hopes up for something, it would literally get snatched from me. So I'm like, I have no hope in trying to start a business. I have no hope in thinking girls is really gonna support me. As much shit as I done did, fighting and all that shit, they ain't gonna fucking support me. As many females hated me, as many females hated on me, didn't like me, that shit ain't gonna work for me. I can't do hair. I know I can do hair, but I can't do hair successfully because nobody wants me. That's just how I felt. Because I felt like everything has always been snatched from me, literally, from a child. So I didn't have faith in that until my lawyer really sat me down. And this was a fucking legal aid. She didn't even know me. She's just looking at my rap sheet at the moment. And she's like, yo. And she's looking at me. And I was looking mad pretty that day because I just came the night before from something. I don't know. But my hair was done. I specifically remember that day. I was looking real pretty. I had pink hair. I looked real nice. Real nice. And she's looking at me and she's looking at my rap sheet. And she's like, yo, what are you doing? What are you doing with yourself? Like, do you see me? I'm a lawyer. Like, you need to be getting somewhere. And she really, like, knocked a lot of sense into me. And from then, I just was like, you know what? I'm going to try. 2015, I took my first client that paid me. She did a Vixen sewing. This is when the Vixen was lit. When you do the part in the middle and then you could do the 4 parts. I posted it. It went viral. I'm like, all right. That was just that. So then I had little people DMing me, like, can you do my hair? I'm like, all right. I'm charging like $50 because I ain't have no fucking faith in myself. So I'm like, all right, $50. I'm charging $40 here and there. Next thing you know, it started picking up a little bit. 2016, I got pregnant with my daughter. And from then, it was just like grind mode. Like, all right, now I have a daughter. Like, I was doing it for play because I was doing hair at first, but still doing my other hustling shit on the sides. And 2016, I knew I had to stop all of that. Like, now I gotta focus. I have a daughter and I cannot be playing. So I completely went into grind mode 2016 and it took off for me. I had to physically stop myself from fighting, stop myself from even arguing. I gotta be a business professional. And I've been doing it now for so many years. I mean, 2015 was 6 years now. 2014 I really started, but 2015 is when I started getting paid. 6 going on 7 years now that I really put in so much work. I humbled myself. I changed. I mean, I wasn't happy all the time, especially that somebody so close to me got snatched away like that. Yeah, I wasn't really happy with myself, but 2016 is when I can say I really fucking changed. And it's been going on 7 years now, and I just sometimes can't believe that, like, if you know my story and now you do, I can't believe that I have people that really, like, support me. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. Like, this is why I didn't want to do this, because I just hate getting emotional. Like, sometimes I just cannot believe that people really support me. Like, I've been through so much hurt. And, like, people, like, y'all might think that But y'all tell me, it's like, all right, just probably go over my head. No, that shit really be meaning a lot to me. Because like I told y'all, I'm very sensitive. So like things that y'all say really does uplift me. And just like any other person, I go through shit too. And every single day I have people tell me positive shit. Despite all the haters that be in my DM, I pay them no fucking mind. The people that really sit there and tell me like, yo, like you really inspire me, I look up to you, like I just sometimes don't get it. Like I really don't get it. Like I know that I came a long way, but everybody don't know what I came from. So I just be confused on how do I inspire some people. Like I never thought in a million years I would inspire people. Like even my friends that know me from day one, they be like, yo, like you really fucking came so far. And I just can't understand it. I don't know why God chose me. I just don't know. And my main thing is just to always stay humble, and I try my best. And I have so many people that hate on me, and that's why I really don't really pay it no mind, because I'm such a sweetheart in real life, and I'm so fucking humble because I know how it feels to be kicked down. I know how it feels to be verbally abused. I know how it feels to be mentally abused. I know how it feels to be physically abused. I done been in domestic violent relationships. I've been in fucking verbally violent relationships. I've been neglected. I've been literally given to the system. I've been literally gave up on a lot of times. I've been literally had relationships with people and thought that they was there for me, and they turned around and like did the most hurtful, grimy things you could do, and I still never ever let it change me. Like I still have love for everybody in the world. Like I will give people that know me personally, and I don't even like speaking on things that I do or anything like that, I will give people the fucking clothes off my back every single day that I walk down the street. If I see a homeless person, I ask them, you hungry? Like this is really me. I ask homeless people on the street every day, you hungry? I take them to the store. Like I do this shit for a living. If I have any free time, this shit I do. I see a mother with her child, I ask her, you need anything? I'll even fucking sometimes have girls DM me like, oh Stony, I wish that I could be as successful as you or have as much money as you, stuff like that. And I don't let stuff like that even get to me. And I ask them like, what do you need? Like what do you need? I just want to help everybody. And it's like for people to still, and I've been this way all my life, and that's where a lot of my anger came from, because I'm that way, and people still did like the most hurtful things to me that people could ever do. So it's like now that I get this much love, sometimes it's confusing to me because I don't know like who to trust sometimes, because like I've had people tell me they love me and stuff like that, and like turn their back on me and stab me in the back. So when I see that I get genuine support, and when I tell y'all that I really love y'all, I swear to God I really mean it, because y'all don't know how much y'all do for me. Y'all think I do for y'all because I make y'all laugh and shit like that. I've always been crazy. I've always had a big personality all my fucking life. That's just me being me. Y'all don't have to support me. Y'all don't have to love me. And y'all still fucking do. And y'all loving me through a fucking screen. And I've had people that have been in my face that I've done so much for. I've had people in my face that I've literally will give the clothes off my back, and they never showed me as much love as y'all showed me. And that's why like sometimes I just don't. That's what, like, sometimes I just don't understand how the fuck did I get here, and how do people love me? Like, I just don't get it, because I never really had love. Like, I have supporters that, even like some of my clients that have literally been coming to me or supporting me for years and never ever switch. I'm talking like if I go out the country or something, they will go get braids or a wash and set, a ponytail. Like they're not going to nobody else but me. Like, yo, y'all people are really so loyal to me, and that shit is so crazy to me, because all I do is be myself. That's all I do. And it's like, damn, I've been being myself all my life, and I kept getting hurt. So now that I have a genuine, I call y'all my family, like for real. It's just like a really good feeling, and I'm really sorry for getting emotional because y'all never see this side of me. I'm always like just so happy and crazy, which I still fucking am. Don't get it fucked up. I could cry today, and tomorrow I will still smack a nigga or a bitch in the face if I needed to. I'm an emotional gangster ass Leo, and I just feel like y'all don't judge me no matter what, and I just really 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 love y'all for just always being here for me. And y'all don't understand how much it really really means to me. Like, y'all really mean everything to me. And now that y'all know me inside, and I probably look mad fucking ugly because I'm crying with makeup on, and I'm really fucking mad about that. And this is how much I love y'all, because I don't even care. And I'll let y'all see with my mascara running and all that shit. I just really love y'all. I don't want to keep getting emotional. I was going to do another story time after this, but I'm not even going to fucking be able to because I'm just too fucking emotional. So I just want to go home to my house and just be happy. I just thank y'all. I thank God for like bringing me so far. I just really don't be understanding like what the fuck did I do but be myself and just be humble. Like, God brought me so far. Like, I go home, I have a big ass apartment, I have designer stuff I never even wore, and it's not even about material, but my food in my refrigerator, my fucking clothes on my back. I have fucking clothes I never even wore that I just give away sometimes. Like, I just come home and I be thinking, yo, I was just in the project shacked up. Not even, I forgot to fucking mention to y'all, my grandmother ends up getting my other two siblings who was with their great grandma because she started getting old and sick. So now it became 6 of us in the house. Oh, then my brother came home from jail. Remember I was telling y'all in my psycho video, did I mention it? How my brother came home from jail and he was trying to call all the shots and be fucking psycho. And no, y'all don't give a fuck. You ain't fucking with my little sister. Like, my brother came home on some crazy shit. So now it was 6 of us in the house. My little sister was always over there too. So it was really 7 of us living in a 2-bedroom apartment. Because my aunt had 1 room and we all had to literally split. Then my cousins would come over, so we would all just sleep on the floors and everything. And I just be confused, yo, how did I come from that? Even sometimes my siblings be confused, like, yo, what? Like, if y'all knew what we went through, like, we used to have to, like, I remember I literally ate cereal with fucking water. Like, we had to share. I was the baby, like I told you. I had to get the hand-me-down clothes. Like, how did I come? My grandmother, I had so much hair. She didn't know what to do with it. I used to go to school looking a fucking hot mess. Get bullied, bully people back, sleep on the floor. I mean, one thing we never had was roaches. But I still be wondering, yo, how? Like, when I look back at my life, how? When I put the key in my door, I have to drive up to get to my house, bro. How? When I put my key in my car, even this fucking bag, my fucking car key, how? Sometimes I just look at my fucking key, like, how do I have an Audi? How? Like, I just be so fucking confused. How do I have this money? Like, and this is just the only cash I have on me today. How? Like, how? How did this happen to me? Like, I just be so fucking confused, and I'm just so blessed. Like, God just really gave me a talent. Yo, I don't want to get emotional again, y'all. But God really gave me a talent, and I don't understand why sometimes. I don't understand why or how. Like, how? And then sometimes I feel like, damn, why did I have to go through all that I went through to get here? But you can't question God. You can't question God. You can't question the past. I just don't understand how. Sometimes I got here. Like, I don't know. I just really don't know. It's people that's doing way worse than me that had good lives. That had both parents, a house, and they ain't really doing shit right now. So how the fuck did me, with all that I've been through, I've been facing 5 years, all type of shit, and I beat everything that was put against me for me to fail. I beat, and I'm just here, and I just don't be understanding how. Like, but I'ma really fuck y'all up because y'all making me emotional, and I'm not fucking emotional. I'm a gangster ass bitch. Like, I'm a motherfucking tough ass bitch that been through it all. I don't fucking cry. So I'ma fuck y'all up now for making me cry, because I don't fucking do this. I don't. So I'm gonna fuck y'all up, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next video, because y'all not about to make a gangsta ass bitch keep crying. Like, I'm a gangsta Harlem bitch, and I'm not fucking doing this shit. So I love y'all, and I'm gonna see y'all in my next video, because I don't want to be emotional no more. But y'all know a bitch is a little bit bipolar, so in 5 minutes I'm gonna be good. Don't feel sorry for me. One thing I hate, and this is why I don't like talking about stuff, I hate sympathy. I hate it. I hate people from like, oh, Stony, give me a hug. I don't like that shit. Like, I don't like crying. I do that shit when I'm by myself. So for me to go public with this shit is hard for me. Don't fucking feel bad for me. Please, if y'all love me, don't feel bad for me, because I'm good. I'm a gangsta ass bitch. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow like nothing ever happened. It's happy tears. It's happy tears because I'm blessed. And sometimes I just don't understand why I'm so blessed. That's it. Like, I have a beautiful daughter. I have a beautiful career. I have a talent. I'm just blessed, and I'm just happy. That's why I'm fucking crying, y'all. So don't feel bad for me. Okay? I'm gangster as fuck. I swear to God. I will beat a bitch ass right now. So don't feel bad for me. Like, I love y'all for real. And I'm gonna see y'all in my next video. Let me know in the comments if y'all want. Come on, because now I got the crying voice with the stuffy nose, and I sound all ugly. My voice probably all fucking shaky. Like, why would y'all make me do this fucking video? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. You see that? You see how I switched it up? Told y'all I'm a bipolar ass bitch. Let me know in the comments if y'all want a Q&A about the show. And y'all could, I'm gonna let y'all drop some questions. Yo, y'all see how I'm back to normal? Yo, I'm so fucking fire with my bipolar shit. Anyway, let me know in the comments if y'all want a Q&A. And I'm gonna give y'all some way to drop y'all questions. And I'm gonna do a whole Q&A on the show. Which I'm gonna probably have to do it once the show is done airing, though. Like, completely done. I'm gonna probably have to do it then, but whatever. Let me know if y'all want a Q&A. That's probably gonna be my next video. Well, let me know what y'all want in the next video. Just let me know and comment. And I love y'all. Like, I'm sorry that this video was long, but y'all asked for it, so I gave it to y'all. I love y'all forever, for life. Like, we are locked in after this shit. Like I told y'all, this is like a toxic relationship. Y'all motherfucking stuck with me, or else it's gonna turn into a domestic relationship, and I'm gonna fuck somebody up if y'all think y'all leaving me after I done cried for y'all motherfuckers. And I don't motherfucking cry. We is locked in. Period. Yeah, I'm gonna see y'all in my next video. Period. And y'all better watch it, because like I said, we locked the fuck in.